freshman Ed Scott, North Carolina State.
I'm looking forward to this match because Coach Popolizio said he's letting Ed Scott wrestle. What does that mean? He said they were doing a little too much scouting, saying, look, watch out for this. So now he's like, you know what, Ed, do what you do. You were a pinner in high school. Go out there and wrestle. And I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, do not look away. If you look away, someone might be thrown. Pay attention because these guys like to create the upper body action.
Scott's a freshman out of Pennsylvania. It's a deep weight. When you look at all the new talent coming in for NC State in future years, grew up in central Pennsylvania, and right off the whistle, here comes Mr. Highlight Reel, Bryce Andonian.
Drive right through the double. He must have watched Zach Sherman and said, doubles work.
Sticks in the half. Andonian, 15 seconds in, a 2-0 lead. And they will go out of bounds. Bryce Andonian, the runner-up from a year ago at 149, the NCAA qualifier.
Look at this, off the whistle. Lower my level, drive through, head right in the chest. Look, when you put the head in the chest, the other wrestler doesn't know where to turn your hips because the head is right in the sternum. When you put your head to the side on a double, they know what hip needs to go down. But when you put the head right in the chest, they don't know whatever side to put their hip down.
See if Scott can get some traction. He comes in, counter shot, still front headlock control by Andonian, circling. Bryce Andonian, off that strong runner-up performance a year ago. He's added a lot to his arsenal. He's added a pretty good top game. He can ride. He's added some turns as well. Scott comes in on a shot of his own. Scramble sequence. Andonian turns, faces, and rolls Scott over to his back for a moment.
Oh, that's awesome. These guys are going at it. This is what I'm talking about. We're wrestling here. A little club there, a little physical action. Virginia Tech, NC State, they don't like each other. Here we go. Here we go. It was just a matter of time. You knew that somebody was going to get thrown.
Two more for Andonian, 6'2". Trying to crank a leg in, riding on top, a position he's worked on a lot in the offseason. We knew he could throw. We knew he was exceptional on his feet. He has showed the ability to put opponents on their backs quite frequently. Remember, he's only a sophomore. Kirtland, Ohio, St. Edward powerhouse.
You don't know what happens in the minds of freshmen at this point. You know, it came out. It looks like Andonian is being a dominant. Is he going to get some strength and saying like, "Look, I need to shake this off," or is he going to crack and falter? We don't know. This is where you find out about your freshmen in these moments.
Trying to hook up the cradle possibly near the edge. Side cradle for Andonian. Does he have enough room?
Oh my.
Almost, but Scott's head slipped free. Andonian dictating the action with his right foot, and out of bounds they go.
Was that an escape?
Two officials
They're going
come
to talk
together.
about that escape there. That might have been important if he got that escape there. So here it is. They go up the body. Here we go. There's a shot, step over, just funk going on. I don't know what's happening, but they're wrestling here. And somehow Bryce Andonian comes out on top, almost gets some near fall points. So a brick is being thrown. The brick is being thrown by Virginia Tech. Now, I'm not sure what the brick was for. Because Bryce Andonian is up 6-2, unless they awarded the escape to Ed Scott to make it 6-3. But I saw a brick in Patrick Frank, the referee, and they're going to talk about it. So I'm not sure I didn't see why there was a brick. But I think they may have thrown a brick, but I think the official said, yeah, you keep your brick, coach. We're going to review it. So a coach can throw a brick, but the referees can say, you know what? It's going to be so this might be it, the escape scenario here. So we got the cradle goes on for a little bit, but towards the end of the period, it looks like Scott may have separated to get what's called a loss of control. And that's what they're looking at this point. Was there loss of control? Was one of the two wrestlers in bounds when the loss of control occurred? That's very important. Who was in bounds when the loss of control? So the right foot of Andonian is still in. So they're still wrestling. Is there loss of control? That right leg. Can we slow that down just a little bit? Because it looks like perhaps the right leg of Andonian came out as well. I just couldn't tell there. So it appears that no points were awarded. Well, there was a point awarded. So yes, there was an out of bounds, a 1 point given to Ed Scott. Pretty important for the end of the period to score. Good job out of freshman to keep wrestling. Don't just give up at the end of the period. Continue to wrestle. He's still in this match. Ed Scott can throw. Here we go. Someone's about to throw. Here it is. Bang. Ooh. Ladies and gentlemen, I told you somebody is going to end up in a throwing position. See, the reason why Andonian feels comfortable is because he's generally a little taller than wrestlers. But Ed Scott is pretty strong. You got to be careful. Somebody may give up a big move.
Scott draped off to the right side of the body of Andonian into a tripod. Now he drops back down to one knee. 6'3" Andonian putting up 6 points in the opening 3 minutes. Scott, though, getting back on the tracks a little bit here. Ed Scott will lift, elevate, return. Andonian, though, springing right back up. He's curling his way out of trouble. Has that leg in a vulnerable position. Talking about Andonian's leg. Can't really be
dangerous.
Yep, can't be extended anymore. The referee watching that closely. Here's that funk you were talking about, and usually when it's funk, it's 2 for Andoni.
Patience, know your body, not getting nervous, not panicking.
How do you prep for this guy? If you're an opponent at Nationals getting ready to face Bryce Andonian, how do you prepare a wrestler for what they're going to see?
I tell you exactly what you do. You look to see what Austin O'Connor did. What Austin O'Connor did is what you need to do.
He makes it look easy, though. That's a guy that, I don't know if you're going to compare apples to apples. But you're right. Austin O'Connor, he is, he was one of those guys last year that a lot of people circled, but thought was going to win a national title, did not get a chance. He will this season. 8-3 Andonian, continuing to ride, has 1:46 of riding time, 28 seconds to go in the period. Scott underneath, looks for a switch. That wasn't there. And you can tell when he looked for that switch, when he saw it wasn't there, he was quickly right back to his base because he knows a split second he could give up some points, and he gets the 2 here on the reversal. Back into it.
We got a good one here. Don't count out Ed Scott. He can throw. He'll do an underhook, lock at the back of the neck, and turn his hips either left or right. So here's a position, just patience by Andonian, not panicking, knowing his body, knowing what he has to do, gets the reversal. And here's Scott at the end of the period, working to get the last reversal. Hey, we got a dandy. Don't count out Ed Scott.
Andonian back into position riding. Approaching 2 minutes of riding time. Solid return brings Scott back down. Scott, left arm being extended out. Wrist control. Andonian. And Andonian rolling around. And he had 2 swipes and the one escaped. So Scott gets the point, 8-6.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy. I can't wait.
And you're right with Scott. Even though he's literally trailing 3 when you factor in riding time, he is a big throw type of guy. So to get 2 and then near full points, certainly not out of the equation. A minute 16 is an eternity of time when you look at Ed Scott.
This is where Coach Roby says we need Bryce Andonian to wrestle fundamentally well. You want Bryce to go back to what he learned when he was a young kid, fundamental defense. Here, now watch, he's going to lock at the back of the head. There it is. Watch it. Just like that. We said he's going to underhook, lock the back of the head. And Bryce Andonian had to sag his hips. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, something is about to happen here.
Can Scott get into that tie-up again with the over-under? He drops in low on the leg.
Watch him roll.
Andonian trying to keep his other leg away. Still has the head. Scott still has the ankle and heel. Lost his headgear in the process. Really stretching out Andonian. Andonian with a flip. Again avoids the 2. Coming around the backside is Scott. Whizzer being applied by Andonian. What action in this third period.
Oh, my goodness.
Unbelievable.
Get out of here. Oh, these guys are going at it. Oh, I love it. Just excellent wrestling by both guys. Great television here. Thank you, Bryce and Andonian. Thank you, Ed Scott. Good wrestling.
And it's Andonian with riding time, 11-6, Virginia Tech.
Great match. Good guys. I can't wait for the years that these guys continue to go at it.